In this video, I'm going to show you how to quickly and easily calculate your break-even ROAS for your e-commerce store. Hi, my name is Daryl and I run an e-commerce PPC agency called BigFlip. I've been using the exact formula I'm about to show you to help e-commerce businesses stay profitable on ads for years now. Hang around till later in the video if you want to get a free, simple G-Sheet tool that you can use to make the calculation easier for you. But please don't skip the first part of the video. Using the tool is going to be 1000% more effective when you actually understand the maths behind it. And don't worry, it's really simple stuff once you get the hang of it. All right guys, so this is a 4-step process for calculating your break-even ROAS and then using that effectively in your paid ads campaign. And step number 1 is going to be pretty simple. All you need to do here is start by writing down what is your COGS and what is your product price. So for COGS, I'm just going to put in some example numbers so we can work through the calculation together. So let's say for COGS, it's 30 bucks. And let's say that we're selling that product for 100 bucks. So a pretty healthy margin there, right? Now, what I'm doing here is I am working out the break-even ROAS of a particular product. So I'm putting in the price of that product. What you can also do, and this is the COGS of that product, what you can also do is if you want to write down or calculate your break-even ROAS for your store as a whole, then instead of product price, write down your AOV, so the average order value of your average sale. And for the COGS, instead of the COGS of an individual product, write down your average COGS across the whole store. So substitute these two numbers for average COGS across the whole store and AOV if you want to work out your break-even point for the whole store. But right now, what we're doing is we're working out that break-even point for an individual product, and so we're doing the COGS and the price of that individual product. Okay, now that we've got these two important numbers written down, let's go over to step number 2. And what we need to do here now is to calculate your profit margin. So your profit margin is going to be 1 minus your COGS over the price. So 1 minus COGS divided by price. So put those in brackets because you have to do that calculation first. So in my example, it's going to be 1 minus COGS is 30, price is 100, and that is going to be 70%, or 0.7, or aka 70%. Okay, now we have the profit margin. Let's go ahead and go on to the third step. So step number 3. Now we can actually just go straight to calculating the break-even ROAS because we have the important number that we need, which is your profit margin. So now we calculate break-even ROAS. And the formula for this is very simple. It's 1 divided by your profit margin. In this case, that's going to be 1 divided by 0.7. And at this point, I'm going to have to get out a calculator on my phone. 1 second. 1 divided by 0.7 is 1.43. I'm rounding that a bit. It's actually 1.428574143, but 1.43 for simplicity's sake. Which can also be expressed as, if you want to express it as a percentage, it's 143%. There you have it. There's the break-even ROAS. So calculation is very simple. You just get your profit margin first, which you can, if you don't know it off the top of your head, you can figure it out from your COGS and your price. And then you do 1 divided by that profit margin. Really simple, right? And now that you have this, number in mind, step number 4 is use it wisely. Okay, so what I mean by this is filter through your campaigns and your products in your paid ads account. and spot the campaigns. So spot the campaigns or products that are unprofitable. So this bit is fairly elementary, dear Watson. That step is obvious. Now the less obvious step, and a mistake that I see a lot of people making, is when they spot those campaigns and products, they go, "Oh, that's unprofitable, pause it." They immediately jump to the step of pausing it, and I think there's actually an important in-between step before you go to pausing it. This step is really important. Don't just pause it, but instead seek to make it profitable. If you just pause it, you're potentially pausing something that, if you worked on it a bit, it could become profitable and generate positive profit for you. Oftentimes it's as simple as lowering the bids. So like if your break even is 143 and you see this product performing at 120, well, don't just pause it because it was unprofitable. Instead, lower the bids a bit. When you lower the CPC bids, that's going to send its ROAS up, and it's going to send the ROAS, if you lower the bids enough, it's going to send the ROAS up above your break-even point. And aside from lowering the bids, there's a bunch of other stuff that you can do. You might want to look into the ad copy, the quality scores. You might want to look into your search terms list, use negative keywords really wisely, and think of pausing as a last resort. This is the important step that I want you to consider. Pausing should be like, if you are trying to maximize profit in your account, pausing stuff that is unprofitable should be a last resort. And the first thing you should do before just pausing it is try everything you can do to get it profitable. And normally that's going to start with the CPC bids and then expand out from there. If you are sure you have done everything you can and this product or campaign just won't be profitable, then consider pausing it. But don't just jump straight to that step. So that's how to do the maths. I hope that was clear enough, but if not, pop your questions in the comments below. Now, I promised you a free tool to do all this for you, of course, and you can find a link to that tool in the pinned first comment below. Here's a quick look at how to use the tool. All right, guys and girls, so here is the tool. It's a very simple Google Sheet. And if you click on the link in the pinned comment below, you will be able to access this sheet. Start by just doing File and then Make a Copy, and that will copy this over to your own Google Drive. And once that is done, you'll then be able to start editing stuff in here. And the only two things you need to change are these two cells here. Don't mess with these cells here. Those are the ones that are running the calculations for you. And if you just put in your COGS here and your product price there, it will then automatically calculate for you your profit margin and your break-even ROAS. So nice and simple stuff. I hope that's useful for you. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to grow your e-commerce business using paid traffic, then go ahead and hit the subscribe and bell button below. I post around 3 videos per month teaching this very topic. And if you have any questions for me about calculating your break-even ROAS or using the G-Sheet, feel free to drop me a question below. Notifications popping up on this screen. Go away, do not disturb, okay. Take 2.